Good morning and welcome to an all-new Eye of the Tiger. I'm Lisa Diaz.
And I'm Jacob Bildel. This broadcast is brought to you by Wells Construction. We listen, we collaborate, and we build.
The Roseville High School website has been shut down and moved to a new address, and this has caused some frustration for some students.
Honestly, it's pretty annoying. Every time I try to just, go on the homepage and just click on it, it doesn't work. And it's like pointless because why am I even doing this if it's not going to show me and it's going to give me an error? Like I just want to be, updated on all school news and events.
I didn't really use it much, but it worked fine for what I needed it for. And I'm kind of glad that we're updating some of our online systems.
After Thanksgiving break, there will be changes to classes in the spring term. We go to Monique Carey with more.
This year, the enrollment at Roseville High School has surpassed the expected amount of students. According to Assistant Principal Matt Pipitone, this increase in enrollment will greatly benefit the class structure and balance.
So basically, we had about 25 additional students enroll at Roseville High School this year compared to what we were originally staffed at, which means we get to have a few extra sections that we could use and utilize. Right now, a lot of our classes are kind of full, especially in the spring term. And so what we're hoping to be able to do is add those classes into the master schedule so that we can have better balance between all of the classes. And then in the classes that are most impacted, like Spanish, math, PE, we're able to reduce those class sizes a little bit and make those classes more manageable and get students to be able to learn more. Yeah, because when we have smaller class sizes, it's a lot better for the students. They're able to get assistance from the teacher when they're getting stuck a lot more easily. The teachers are able to get to know their students a lot better and make those kind of connections, which always helps student learning.
Principal Ashley Sarin believes that this increase is due to the school's actions of student recruitment.
We came in with enrollment at 26 kids more than we were projected, which is a full teacher. That's 6 classes. It's actually a huge amount more. Normally, if you have more or less, it's only a couple students, maybe 2 or 3. So that was pretty massive. And we think that our outreach efforts that we've been doing for the last 3 years has been a part of it. And so we're going to continue with that outreach and that marketing and getting people onto our campus so they can see for themselves how incredible Roseville High School is. And so that way they stop transferring to other schools and they stay here where we want them.
Thanks, Monique.
And now we go to Quincy Anderson with sports.
Good morning and welcome to this Friday's edition of EOTSN. I'm Quincy Anderson. Starting with water polo, last week was the final time the Tigers would be playing in our home pool with the new renovation set to come in the next 2 years. We go to Mason Finn with the full story.
Last Thursday, both water polo teams played their last game in the old pool and both managed to clinch wins against Miraloma.
It was pretty fun. Miraloma didn't really show up. They only had one person, but we played against each other, so that was cool.
After the renovations of the old pool, the team will have more space to practice and scrimmage.
I think it's going to be better because we're going to have a bigger pool, so we can swim more. We can have more room to practice in the pool when we scrimmage too.
In the meantime, the team will have to find a new place to practice.
Move to Oakmont's pool, and we're going to share practicing with them.
Not only was it the last game in the old pool, but the girls' team also managed to make playoffs and go undefeated.
It was good. It was really sad to play in the pool for the last time, but it's definitely exciting that all the new freshmen will get a new pool in a couple of years, and it was a really good game. We won league, so.
The girls' varsity team went undefeated after 3 bad seasons in the past 3 years.
Going undefeated was definitely good. It felt really nice to be able to finally win, especially because our last 3 seasons weren't very good. But we're definitely focused and excited for section playoffs the next couple of weeks.
Thanks, Mason. Sadly, on Tuesday, the girls lost 7-6 to Sonora, ending their great season. However, on Wednesday, the boys beat Union Mine 15-4 and will now head to the next round of playoffs, facing El Camino tonight. Next, with girls volleyball, the team beat Vista del Lago 3-2 in an amazing match. The Tigers will now play Vanden in the section championship tomorrow. Good luck, Tigers. That's all in your home for Roseville High School sports. Top plays, breakdowns, and more. Eye of the Tiger Sports Network, EOTSN. And now we go over to entertainment.
Thanks, Quincy. Remember Fear Street? If you don't, like every other person on this planet, it It was a series of slasher movies set in the 80s that released over 3 consecutive weeks in 2021. The series was widely considered to be finished until last week when Netflix announced Fear Street Prom Queen. It'll be released in 2025, but there is no concrete date other than that. Prom Queen follows a different cast of characters from the same town as the first 3 movies, taking place during Shadyside High's prom season. Murder, disappearance, girls, the huge. I enjoyed the first 3 Fear Street movies. They all felt like 90s slasher films, and I hope Prom Queen is the same instead of a new age slasher that forcibly modernizes the 80s. Only sort of connected to that, Wizards of Waverly Place received a reboot TV show, Wizards Beyond Waverly Place. To this day, I have not seen it, despite watching Disney Channel all day, every day until I was 12, but Selena Gomez made her return for the first episode as a fun callback for fans of the original. The show is projected to have only 10 episodes, despite the original having 4 seasons. I've seen bits and pieces of the reboot, and it seems to have that old Disney Channel charm. One more thing, Jumanji 4 or 3, depending on which way you look at it, has been announced for December of 2026. There's a short trailer out on YouTube, and it looks like an isekai, but backwards. The game is merging with the real world instead of characters being transported into it. There isn't a single other thing released about this movie other than that, but I did enjoy the new and old Jumanji movies, so I'll be patiently waiting for this one. That's all from me. I'm Melissa Davis, and now we go back to news.
Thanks, Alyssa.
This year, several kittens have been found all across campus. We go to Addie King with more.
Over the years, various cats have been spotted around the campus. ceramics teacher Emily Jones has had her fair share of cat sightings in the art wing.
Yeah, we got a whole bunch of strays that are running around, and I am a total cat lady. A month ago or so, I was in my classroom and heard a bunch of yelling outside of my classroom, and I go outside and a bunch of girls are literally chasing this kitten that's like this big. He must have been like barely 5, 6 weeks old. Chasing around. I was able to get him. He bit me. But I put him in a box, sent him up to the office. Our principal and our principal secretary were like really excited because he was super tiny.
Other students have had different experiences with cat sightings, such as spotting them outside their classroom windows or on their way to school.
I went into my AP Psych class and I looked out the window. There they were on the roof. So I feel like there are so many cats out here that they all just come here to hang out. I mean, I saw some last year too, so they're just here constantly.
I walk to school and down the alley I see many cats. I've seen a black cat and a bunch of newborn cats, probably like 6. And when I walk down Altavasta Road, I've seen a black cat and a calico cat. And then just recently I saw the gray cat that was on campus, and it came into my art classroom, and it was just kind of walking around.
After all the strays Jones has seen, she temporarily welcomed one into her home.
No, this was last week. I was in my classroom talking with Dan, our maintenance guy, and then this little like gray gentleman just literally just pranced into my room and started purring. I picked him up and he was so purry and so lovey, and he was probably about 6 months old. And so my husband and I spent the weekend trying to find a home for him, and we found a really lovely home for this little guy. We named him Walt. I kind of hope that the new people kept the name because he's a little gentleman.
Thanks, Addie.
That's it for us today on Eye of the Tiger.
And remember, we're always on at eyeofthetigernews.com. See you next time.